ANDERZÉN.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to ANDERZÉN. Today we are doing some battery things to the Ml55 and the Ml63. I'm actually going to be putting this battery into the Ml63 since it's kind of our strongest one, the big Odyssey one, and want to get it into, you know, the daily driver for my wife and son, which is now the Ml63, and I'll swap the Ml63's battery over to this, or I have another one too, but I'm going to get this out of here, put it on the Odyssey charger, and see where it's at. I've had it for a good 2-3 years now. Bought it from FC Puro a while ago, so I'll see what it's charging at, and if it's still good, which I'm sure it is, we'll go ahead and charge it up and throw it into the Ml63. This mess that I've made is how you got to take the battery out in the W163. This little metal bracket basically has two prongs, sit inside of here, basically lift this thing up, get it to wedge out. Anyways, I have the catch can and everything else on here now, so it's kind of a little bit different than normal, but that's okay. Yeah, just needed to do what I need to do to get it out of here. So now that those are free, got all the 10mm bolts off of the terminals. This one also detaches from this main terminal. I can go ahead and start wiggling this out of here, which this thing is pretty heavy, so yeah, gonna be getting a workout. Yeah. Ooh. All right, and the other thing to take note of, as you can see here, this thing pulls up with water pretty bad. So what I wanted to do while this is out is I'm gonna get this nice and cleaned up, and I'll hit it with some paint in any areas I need to, and then I'm gonna spray this with the kind of undercoating, the same stuff that I use on the Ml63 to it's a corrosion inhibitor basically from CRC, a marine grade corrosion inhibitor. So I will throw that onto here. A while back we kind of came in here and cleaned up all the terminals. I will do so again since I'm in here, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, take this thing inside, throw it on the charger. Alright guys, welcome to the battery charging station. This is the old Duralast that I used to have in the Ml55 actually. You can see that one's all charged up. So I'll go ahead and swap these over. That one's charged, this one's charged. Time to charge the big Odyssey. Alright guys, GoPro shut off, but what I was saying was this is one of my favorite little investments I've bought for the cars. This Odyssey charger has been a lifesaver many times, but let's go ahead and see what this thing's reading at. Yeah, it's low. So good thing, charge it up. Typically, if it starts out at 2 bars or 3 bars like that, you can get them back up to 4 or 5 if you do a couple rounds. So we'll get this one back strong, and now I kind of know the lifespan of it too, so we'll keep it going. All right, you guys, we're back at it. Gonna start taking out the Ml63 battery here shortly. I just pulled my little toolkit out of the C55. Life hack for you guys. If you didn't know, you can still open this. I don't have the battery in it right now, but you can still open it with your little, you know, safety key that you can also open the trunk with. So yeah, the other thing I noticed is my D&D banner is finally kind of on its last leg, so we're gonna pull it off for now. Okay, sorry, I had to move the Ml63 real quick, and I was talking to my neighbors, but man, it is freezing right now. It's probably colder than it says on there. I know it looks beautiful, it is a beautiful day, but it is absolutely freezing. But let's go get the sticker off the C55. Alright, well, it's literally too cold for this right now. I'll have to revisit this, but yeah, she'll be bannerless for a little while until I get a new one. Alright guys, well, 3 very cool cars lined up. I'll go ahead, shut this one off. Well, yeah, shut it off. Slide up the passenger seat. We can just do that right now. I'm trying to get the inside as toasty as I can. But basically slide this up as far as it goes. Oh, let's get that thing out of the way. Make sure there's no toys under here. there. Seat up. And
lift on 3. 1, 2, 3.
and underneath here in the back. Is where the battery hides. Get my son's monster trucks out of the way. We gotta clean this thing. It's become the full-on family mobile, and it deserves better. Oh, there we go. All right, well, there's the battery. Somebody's definitely been in here before. This isn't exactly how I remembered these being. I thought on most of the 164s, there's basically like a carpet piece that's pre-cut out that you can pull apart. This one does have like some separation, but it almost looks like it's somebody that's just cut into it previously, definitely, actually looking at it now. So there's still enough room to get it out, which is fine. But yeah, the battery is from 2017, and if you guys have heard, you know, like on real cold weather, it just doesn't sound like it's got full kick anymore. And I also want to replace the auxiliary battery that's tucked back in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the car off now, and we'll start pulling everything apart. As far as what just came out, there is a vent routing that was basically positioned over like this. I'm sure that's going to be fun to get back in there and get lined up. And then there's this little plastic cover sitting on top of the battery, and a little plastic little retaining thing that it looks like is supposed to go right there and connect those two pieces, which you guys probably can't even see that right now. But anyway, it's just one of those little plastic nuts or a little plastic expansion thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the battery now. It should be a couple, I think 13s down there in the front row, and I'll go grab a light so we can try to see what we're doing here too. All right guys, so down there you guys can see, looks like there are a couple, look like 13s, and that holds the little plates on. Once you get that off, then basically just getting negative and positive cable, also the vent tube, and you basically just try to angle the battery out. It's gonna be fun, so let's get into it. All right, 10 millimeters for the negative cable. There we go. Okay, stay over there, please. Kind of. Taking off the vent tube. Now we need to get back for the positive. Hopefully they got it in a good spot. We'll see. Oh my god, man. This is a tight squeeze. Alright, well, that positive cable is barely even tight at all. So whoever's in here last didn't do the best job at getting things tightened up, but here goes the fun part of trying to get this thing out of here. Oh gosh, we'll see what happens. Let's get this out of the way. How I'm gonna do this, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Probably help if I undid those 13 millimeters. Okay, 13 millimeters coming out. You guys, this is one of those moments where I just feel so dumb right now. I forgot that the seats can also tilt. I was like, dude, this is not the same amount of room that I've seen people doing this. There's no way the battery's gonna clear. It's literally like the same size as the battery, the gap that I have right now. Oh my God. That was a true struggle bus move right there. So I'm gonna put the connections on real quick, lift the seat up, and then it should be easy. Oh my God, man. Oh, look at all this freaking room now. God, dude, that was so ridiculous. I was like, every time I watch a video, it does not look this tight. Man, that was a true noob move right there. I think the cold weather got to my brain. All right, well, now let's try this again. Okay, That is off to the side. Look at how much more room I have for the positive cable now. Oh yeah, still a tight squeeze. Come on. You can see why whoever was in here last time didn't get that very tight. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to point out too, it is factory in the manual of how to change the batteries on these. When you do, you change, or I mean you slice this side of the carpet. They recommend slicing like this whole line section basically, but you don't really need to. You can get away with just cutting that side and flipping it over. So we should be good now, fingers crossed. I might have to move you guys a little bit. But let's see if I can get this out of here now. That was so annoying. Yeah, it's probably still gonna be annoying, but not as bad as before. No, it's still bad. Can't get out of my way, carpet. Yeah. What the? Why does it feel like it's caught on something? What are you catching on? The hardest part is you need to get your hands. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. You need to get your hands underneath it so you can lift it up, but there's not enough room to do that in the front side. So it's a pain no matter what. Even with this extra space. There we go. All right, hard part done. Okay, hat fall off. Come on now. Hercules. You are such a pain in the butt for that. All right, guys, piece of cake. Oh my God, dude, that was so ridiculous. All right, well, we'll clean up here a little bit. So you got some, oh, there's a little relief cap down there. You got fuses in here. The battery drain. Like I said, there was a random, what the heck? Stripped Torx. This looks like, was this out of my pocket or something? This looks a little too familiar. Anyways, and then the auxiliary battery is back yonder. And I don't know how that's actually kept in there. I guess we'll see in a bit. So here's the old auxiliary battery. You can see 12 volts, 1.2 amps. And the new one is 12 volt, 1.3 amps. A little bit different size. Same height, but a little bit wider on this one. Shouldn't be a problem running this. Terminals, the other one, this was mounted like this. All the ones that I've seen before were mounted this direction. Shouldn't be a problem though, the cables reach long enough. So I'm just gonna put it in the easier spot to get to. The other thing is the positive terminal is an F2 and the negative is an F1. This battery has both F1, so I'm gonna see if this terminal will be tight enough on here, and if not, we'll figure something out. Okay guys, that smaller auxiliary battery is in there. That metal frame that holds it in is held down by a little 10mm nut. What I did was basically just bend this piece of aluminum forward, loosen up the nut a little bit, and then that gives the cage kind of some wiggle room, and then just kind of snaked it in there. The terminals fit fine. They're still a pretty tight fit, even on the positive side, so not too worried about that. And yeah, I just kind of bent the aluminum bracket a little bit so that it can hold it pretty pretty tight. It's not like, I don't know, it's got a little bit of give, I guess, but it's plenty tight. It's not going to move anywhere. And that terminal, let's see, actually, I don't know, maybe let me play around with that a bit. All right, yeah, so I just squeezed that terminal a little bit more, the positive side, and that made it a very tight bite on there. So that is totally good. I'm gonna go ahead and run inside and grab the Odyssey battery to bring in here. And I also need to clean up a bit because it looks like we spilled some potentially battery acid. So let me go get some stuff to clean that up, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I just got that cleaned out. The last thing I'm gonna do is spray a little bit of this down in here, just around kind of the edges. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Stuff's awesome. I've used it to undercoat this whole car. Used it when I redid the brake lamp assembly in the back. So it's great stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit down in here. That should be good. Smells delicious. Make sure you don't get it on like the terminals and stuff, obviously, but yeah, I just figured a little bit down there won't hurt. All right, guys, got the battery ready to go. See how it slides in here. One thing that might be a little more difficult is this one doesn't have, you know, the side anchors. It has this single middle one, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, fingers crossed. Let's go for it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Of course, the carpet wants to be a little difficult. There we go. I don't think these even technically need a vent tube, but we'll use it anyways. And it's also, there we go, now it's sitting flush. Okay, we're good. Just got to get the bracket down there and plug in our terminals. Go from there. Super fun. Okay. Don't think that's going anywhere. Good. Vent tube. Okay, and positive terminal. We'll actually tighten that up. That's good to go. And let there be light. Okay. and make sure that's still in good shape. Okay, now would be a good time to test things out. I'm guessing because I didn't keep it hooked up the whole time, my radio code might be a little weird. I might have to reset some things. I might have to call the dealership to get the reset code on the radio. I don't know if they'll still have it on these models, but... Hi. Doing good, how are you? Yeah. I have a few minutes, yeah, that's fine. Alright guys, GoPro just died and insurance just called me about the Ml63 actually. I'll tell you guys about that later, but this is plugged in. Let's go ahead and test fire. Oi. Alright. That was much quicker than normal. Alright, and as far as this goes, let's see what this is going to tell us. No, I think we're good. Okay. Yep, I think we are good. I'll have to reset the time, but I think it has some memory because it must have remembered whenever it was last disconnected, but because the time is almost close. So we're good. People always try to scare you into thinking that like you have to hook up a battery charger while you're changing the battery out, otherwise the car is going to be pissed off and this and that, but I don't know, it's fine. So let's plug it in, patch that up, and we're good to go. We got some stuff to do anyway. So okay guys, that is plugged back in, got the clip and everything back in there. So yeah, put the carpet back on, put these two little pieces, show you guys what it looks like all buttoned up. All right guys, gave it a little bit of vacuuming, at least still looks dirty. It still is, but at least we got a lot of that crud out of there. So job done. I can go ahead and move the seat back now. Yeah, man, would have saved myself quite a bit of anguish had I just remembered to lift the seat up. Going back. All right, I'll let my wife pick where she wants to sit, but let's get this garbage out of here. I'm gonna vacuum a little bit more in here and then call it good. That's what I was using, by the way, a little Milwaukee vac. All right guys, we got a gang of batteries. My wife is trying to creep up on me. This might give you a clue as to some things that are going on in our life right now. But yeah, we have a battery farm. I wanted to charge and test this little auxiliary battery. Looks like it's reading 4 to 5 bars, so not bad. I'll keep it on hand as kind of a little backup. But I would like to right now, let's see what the factory battery was reading. Okay, I got that situated. Let's see what it reads. 2 bars, yeah, so it's still usable, but we'll see how much it charges back up to. Open, non-spillable, etc. Blah 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 blah. What's the cranking knob? Does it say the cranking knobs on these for the factory ones? 850. So yeah, it's a good battery to keep around. This one's a little stronger. This one I know is good. This is when it's in the Ml63 before, and I just charged it back up. It's fine. But yeah, it's still a good one, so I'll keep it around. And I'm sure it'll have a use sometime or another, but most importantly, we'll see how much it charges back up to. But anyways, guys, that is about it for this one. Shouldn't have been as much of a struggle as it was, just because of the freaking seat debacle, but glad to have that done. Like I said, my wife's using that one majority of the time, so I just want to put all the good parts towards Ml63. And yeah, next thing I want to get is some rubber floor mats for the W163. I wish that it came with them. They're expensive, like the factory ones, to get the legit ones. But if you guys know any good W164 rubber floor mats, could be aftermarket. I prefer the Mercedes ones, but aftermarket too. Let me know what you guys know of. And yeah, besides that, I think that's it. I will get the Ml55 battery situation situated. That was more so for the video of just showing you guys pulling it out of there. I'll throw one of these batteries in there and that'll be good to go as well. So catch you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you. Peace.